if you decide to do other exercises, you know, like make sure that you're still incorporating your lower body, your core, trying to get as many muscle groups as possible. So I like those ones because, you know, squat, obviously getting your lower half, push-ups getting kind of your upper body, and then your core for the abs. So let's do some leg swings. So yeah, kind of excited about the virtual seminar / mini camp. Kind of be able to go into, you know, good detail on that kata, and you know, incorporate the competition for those that are interested. Kind of making that wheel with your legs now. Okay, just thinking. Okay, good. All right. So let's do some sparring. Oh, Charlie's got a question. Or he's frozen, or both.
He's
Bottom
saying
right.
that he can't see us. Where is he?
Bottom right. Okay, so let's do our some striking. Okay.
Charlie,
So-
over there. So you're frozen for us right now.
Okay.
I can't see you guys, like the video just cut off.
If you can't see us, I would recommend logging out and then logging back in, and then Sensei Lucas will let you back in. All right, guys. So let's do the 5 strike ladder. We'll just do some of our strikes that we've been doing. Okay. So here we go. Guarded position, and go. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, 4 strikes. Again, you don't have to stay with me. Just keep moving. You notice I'm circling around a little bit. Trying to make sure I'm making it count, right? Breathe. Keep going. Always try to, you know, move out with a jab. Be aware of yourself. Actually, that's good. Let's go into punching into kicking. Your combinations are fine. Start out with some hand strikes. You know, end up with some kicks. Okay. So start out whatever punches feel natural to you, and see if you can make your kicks go right behind your punches. So one little quick detail. Remember, don't punch, then pause, and then kick. No pause between punches and kicks. See, like I get done with one punch, the foot's right behind it. So you can't have a lot of time. You're hiding the kick behind your punches. All right, keep going, guys. Punches to kicks on your own. If you want to add some punches after the kicks, that's fine. If it flows for you, you should do it. Okay, as long as it's like seems to work for you. If you do a technique like I didn't feel good, change it up. Do something different.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. That's why you practice. This is why it's called practice. It's not called perfection training. It's called practicing. All right, good job, guys. Now let's do the double punch exercise. Really going to get that core again. So if you didn't get your core earlier, this should also activate that. I'm really feeling my body twist 2 punches at a time. Okay? Keep going. Make sure you're alternating arms. Move around a little bit. All right. Okay, now let's go into evading. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to either start with I want you to start with an evasion. Your first movement is some sort of an evasion, 1, 2, under, or just changing the distance, and then I want you to fire back, okay? Remember, your fourth option that I haven't gone over as much is to simply go straight back while tucking your chin, keeping your hands in close, and then fire back. Straight back, but I'm tucking my chin, shifting my weight. So you're just letting them miss you by that much, hopefully. All right? Go ahead and get started. So movement, then counterattacks. Movement, then counterattacks. Imagine you're being attacked. Try to make it real, all right, guys? Someone's really coming at you. You're like, whoa, and then boom, boom, boom. Yikes. What is the zoinks? Scooby-Doo.
Hi, Zoink Scoop.
Hi, zoinks, Scoop.
Where else?
And then you're moving. And then you're...
You gotta keep moving. They're gonna get you.
Don't forget to breathe. Hands up, elbows in. Your guard is part of the defense. You're not just relying on your head movement. All right, good job, guys. Time. That's enough, actually. That's enough. That's enough. Look at the time, look at the clock, and it's getting late. So, the other thing I want to do, so we're going to do something else new for you today. You know, I want to teach you, and some of you might know this kata, Funakoshi Wankan. Show of hands for those of you that know Funakoshi Wankan. I know a lot of you might know this because we did teach it in some of the other bands. So we got some of these. Woo. Okay, fair enough. So you'll learn it.
Once.
I learned it years ago, back in the old days. So we're going to go through that kata. This is a very short kata. Funakoshi, Gichin Funakoshi was is known as the founder of modern day karate. He's the man that basically was credited for introducing Okinawan karate to Japan, to mainland Japan, and helping get it introduced to the school system in the early 1900s. So this is Gichin Funakoshi's take on Wankan. This is different than the Wankan that we're used to doing. A lot of you know it's called Tamarite Wankan, which starts out with the shutos. Some of you know that one. Most of you know that one, some of you don't know that one. This is a shorter kata. I'd say it's a little bit easier. Hopefully it's not too difficult on Zoom. We will do it today. We'll see how far we get. We'll probably do it again next week.
Fairly simple.
I'd say it's a fairly simple
Fairly
kata.
straightforward.
You know, we're trying, you know, this kata is kind of an easy one. Next week, we're going to try that Wanshu. All of the ideas, seeing how the teaching katas on Zoom works, right? I'll demonstrate it for you. You want to demonstrate? Well,
I can show it.
I'm already out here. I'll demonstrate it. I'll show it over you in a little minute. I'm not too tired yet. So, let me just show you what it looks like.
I think you might want to be maybe like to the 3/4 of the green.
Yeah, it does go forward a lot. You guys are going to need to shuffle. I usually don't need to shuffle too much. You may need to shuffle depending on your space. So it's Funakoshi Wankan. I'm not going to go real fast. This is just going to give you an idea of the overview of what you're going to be learning, and then we'll break it down into bite-sized pieces, okay? So again, sort of teaching speed. That's it, okay? Short kata, yeah? Very short kata. So, one ki at the end. It's got some cool stuff in there. Some stuff that maybe you haven't seen, some things you have seen. Those of you that have seen this kata before, you can get better at it and get ready to compete with it if you want. So here we go. Funakoshi Wankan. I'm going to start facing away from you, okay? So I want you to see, you're going to move your left first. Okay, I'm just going to stay with me if you can. So it's Funakoshi Wankan. You're going to step with your right leg, you're going to cross your feet, you're going to make an X with your arms. You're going to come out into a cat stance, your arms are going to break apart, and they're going to end up palm down. Okay? Don't worry, I'll show you from the perspective too. From here, my front leg, that's my left leg, is going to step across. I'm going to make an X. And you guys see my back foot, I'm here, right? I'm going to come out, and the cat stance here. Okay? I'm going to show you that from this perspective. Okay? So you're going to go your left first. You cross. As you cross, you drop, and you're going to end up dropping into this, like we call women's horse stance, where the shin pushes into the calf, and you can settle into that stance. It shouldn't feel like this weird, awkward, whoa, I'm crossing my feet, I'm going to fall over. Because I'm crossing, I'm letting my back heel come off the ground. I'm settling in, my shin, again, is pushing in my lead calf. This is the same kind of stance that you did at the end of Pinan Yondan, after that first ki. It's in all lots of katas, but it's, I think the first Pinan kata anyway that's taught.
Godan.
Yeah. So once again, what's happening is up here, I cross and make an X. My arms come out, palm down. Notice that my left leg is in front and my left hand is slightly in front. I'm not going out and my hands are even. I'm slightly bladed. Okay. So if you want to, I'm going to go one more time facing the camera, then I'll go back again. here, cross, and out. We'll just do that a couple times, okay? So again, I'll face the other way. Maybe that'll help you. Funakoshi Wankan. So I cross, I drop, right, as I cross. I step out. This part of the kata is done slowly. Cross, and out. Okay? Pretty simple. Give me a thumbs up if you guys feel like you have that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, of course, if you already had it, then it doesn't count. Okay, yeah, so not, wow, is that when you're, no, it's going to be here. Okay, your fist position is not here, but it's here. So, boom, boom. It's easy to want to do that.
I think I saw some of those too. Like
You saw some people with their elbows out, yeah.
So really pull
That's a giant hit me right here sign. Elbows in close, okay? So, a couple other things about that. The Nico Dutch, cat stance, Nico Dutch. It's a stance that has a rare thing, in karate at least, not in a lot of martial arts, but in karate, where you get to lean. When I say lean, I really mean more camber, which really, karate, martial arts done well, it does not always require a perfectly straightened spine. At least it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have that constant rigidity in your spine. You should have some fluidity in your spine without being hunchy, without being hunched over, right? But what happens in this cat stance, because I'm basically using my back leg as a stool to sit my hip onto. Does that make sense? Like imagine how I'm already lean back and sit on a stool. I wouldn't lean back and sit on a stool like this. I would kind of point my butt at it, right? Here. And so that's what's happening with the cat stance. Is I'm coming back with my hip carriage, rocks back. And so if you look at my spine, I'm slightly cambered forward. I'm not slouching forward, but I'm cambered forward. My knees are doing this, okay? Pretend someone's trying to punt you right between the legs. And you're like, oh no! So you're like, I don't want to be standing here. Like, ta-da, I'm here, okay? So the hip is forward. The left foot is the heels off the ground. The back foot is pointing off at an angle. It's not 90. Like, you know how back stance, your feet are at a right angle of each other? No. In cat stance, it's more like 45-degree angle, okay? And my thighs, I'm kind of pinching my thighs together. And by the way, there's a couple different kinds of cat stances. This is one of them. Yeah, I'm not going to give you them right now. So we're here, okay? So let's do it again, just that piece together. I'm going to add the next section real soon, okay? Guys doing okay? Okay, that's a lot of detail, trying to have that balance, getting a little bit of workout too. So Funakoshi Wankan.
Saw you dancing, Mike. Saw you dancing.
Cross over, cat stance. Kind of take a moment, adjust your stance, feel your hip carriage back, like you're sticking your rear end out, like you're about ready to sit into a stool, okay? Then my left leg should feel very light. You should feel like your forward leg, you could kick with that front leg, kind of flick that front leg out very easily without having to transfer the weight. If I had a lot of weight in my lead leg, in order to kick at that front leg, I would have to shift my weight back and then kick. Well, the whole idea is I'm here in this stance, I can flick that foot out by simply my hip flicking the foot out. See, my hip kind of flips. That's what's going to happen to release the kick.
You guys should stay relatively in balance too. Like I saw some people kind of, as they went to go kick, they kind of their back leg was kind of here, so they kick and go whoa, right, and kind of fall over. So if you bend that supporting leg, my back leg, I can stay relatively balanced or pretty well balanced while I'm kicking. So make sure you keep that loaded up.
The visualization that helped me was my sensei meant, Okinawa is a series of islands. You're on a beach. You got sand. You're able to take your toes and dig your foot into the sand. And someone's coming at you, you're like, I don't think so. And you can flick sand in their eyes without any kind of telegraph, without any kind of gyrations of your upper body. You can sort of flick the hip, flip, and then keep your balance. Your center of mass doesn't rise. It's a kind of interesting stance. You should definitely practice it on your own. Let's keep moving, okay? Funakoshi Wankan. We're here. We step, we cross, out and drop. We step, we cross, out and drop. Now, right leg, right knee comes up. Your hands are going to come up. I'm going to step. I'm going to cover. Don't worry, I'll show you. This is going to be hard. I know it's hard for you to see me. I'm going to step and clear. I'm going to step again and punch. I'm going to do 2 more punches, and that's our next section. That's hard to teach on Zoom. I can already tell this is going to be interesting. Watch from this perspective, okay? So from here, I come here, I step, and as I step, I start to cover. As I step again, I clear. As I step again, I punch. And then I punch, punch. I've taught this with slightly different timing. I taught you a little different. I'm thinking this is the easiest way where I'll clear for a while longer. I'll also have, some of you are like, it's a little different. I've also taught it this way. At the end of the day, it's all the same. Where I'll go here, and then I'll step and I'll clear with opposite leg and arm forward, and then I'll punch, punch, punch. That's one way that I've taught it. It's kind of an easier way for like real beginners. I believe in all of you guys. You can do this without having to do that. Okay, so I think this other one's a little bit easier. A little easier to do it.
It's a little easier to go slower.
Yeah. So I come up on one leg. My right leg is up. I know it would be kind of hard to reverse engineer this, but as I put my foot down, my right hand stays high. My left hand goes low, and I have this kind of covered position. I get a little close to the camera. See this kind of one's just across my face, and one's here. Okay.
Switch your hands. Mike, switch your hands.
So I have my right hand's high, left hand's low. Are you sure he had Mike had his hands? Okay. Anyway, and my right hand's high, left hand's underneath my right elbow. Yeah. I'm going to step with my left leg, and I'm going to clear.
I think he knows now. He's like, oh no.
I know. Rights and lefts, children. Rights and lefts. And then I step through and punch. This is why I'm not teaching this to the youth basic class.
It's like you're doing a middle block. It's like you're doing an inside-out middle block with your left hand.
Let me show you guys a side view, okay? Maybe this helps. Maybe this makes it more confusing.
You wouldn't block with the top hand.
So from this angle, I go further away. I come here, I cover, I clear.
That's it, Mike. That's it, Mike.
Punch.
Yeah. He's like, oh no. He's like shaking his head. He's like, I know now.
Watch one more time from this angle for you guys. So I was here, up, I cover. As I step, I clear. As I step, I punch.
That's it, Aditya. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Rich has got it. And then that's right. Then 2 more punches afterwards. And a lot of you have already known this, so this is easier for you. So understand those of you that have known it. Others are struggling. We have to go a little slower because they're just learning it for the first time.
Austin, that was good.
And vice versa. If you're learning it for the first time, no worries.
Jack, very close. Just switch your hands. So you had it like this. Switch it so it's this way. So switch your hands top to bottom. That's it. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Boom. Yep, exactly. The idea is, and if you didn't know, the reason why you want this hand underneath is so you can cover more distance. Same thing, if I were to do a middle block like this, like if I were to do a middle block like this, where the top hand does the block, I can only cover so much distance. But if I were to cover from underneath, now I can cover a lot more surface area, right? Or at least a lot more area in front of me with that block. Same idea. If I'm here and I go like this, I can only cover this much space. But if I'm here, now I can cover all this space when I do that clear, right? So that's the idea of reason. That's the reason why you want it underneath, not over the top.
I want you guys to notice my hand position. See how my hands are flexed, like I'm almost like you can do a palm heel strike. So here's a side view of a palm heel strike. This is very very common in this kata. You can see it elsewhere too, where you have your hands in these flexed positions. Okay, they're ready to grab. Basically, these are strikes. It could be a strike, right? Like one, bah! But it's also, they're just very ready to grab, and I'm ready to protect. So in this case, I was here, I was like this. As I approach distance, I'm being aware of my covering, getting ready to grab, then moving in and punching. Okay, so let's try it one more time facing this direction with me. Actually, start from the beginning. Okay, foot push you want on, and each boom, boom. Make your little adjustments if you need to. Good posture without slouching. Cross and step. Right leg comes up. My hands are equal now. In this case, side view. I'm not staggering my arms. My hands are equal. Okay. I'm going to step. As I step, I cover. As I step again, I clear. I notice my hip is opened up. And then I simply step through and lunge punch. And then I stay stationary and then throw 2 more punches. Okay? Who feels like they've got it that far? I know a lot of you do. How many of you, it's okay, don't be embarrassed if you don't have it that far. Because I know that this is... Stephanie, you kept your hand up for both of those. Not fair. So, okay. I have it and I don't at the same time. Fair enough. That's actually fair.
I'm trying to think of how that would work.
That actually could be like, I feel like I got it, but maybe not. So
I know what you're saying, but I can't do it on my own.
I know Sensei Lucas wants to get out there. Why don't you take him through that a few more
Sure.
times, just that section. Maybe if you want to show him that. We're getting low on time. I wanted to do some other things too. Maybe just show him that
I
afterwards.
can go over just kind of what that is.
Yeah. So Sensei Lucas is going to take you for a few more minutes, just add a little, maybe an extra technique or two, and we'll just call it from there. We're not going to finish this kata today. Looks like it'll be Monday. We'll finish this kata for those of you that haven't already done it. All right. So guys, I'll be standing over here watching and heckling.
All right. So I think maybe the best way to do this is I'm going to be going through that section of the kata for the next couple of minutes kind of on my own. I'll just kind of be doing it slowly, and you can choose to follow along with me, and I'll kind of be talking through it. If you feel like you don't need to really follow along with me, that's all right. You can kind of practice on your own, or if you know it already, you can go and practice or just watch. All right. So this is kind of like, this is your time to kind of practice. And I'll be here as kind of like an aid that you guys can use to kind of help you further understand the kata. And of course, if you have questions, like I know Brian, you had a question earlier. I don't know if you still remember it. I know it's been a while, so we'll get you now. But then if you have questions, you can always ask, and we can go over kind of that right now. So we'll get Brian's question, and then we'll get moving here. Aiden's finally back.
All right, Aiden. Good to see you, sir.
You're always having issues every class, man. I'm sorry. What's up, Brian?
Do you start with which hand do you start forward with for this?
Good question. So whatever leg that's going to end up in front, here, I'll let you take it.
Yeah, so for instance, my left leg is moving, so my left hand is in front. Okay? So when I come here, I'll be here. When I go into the cat stance, my left hand is going to be in front, so therefore my left hand stays in front. So I know, let me word it this way too. The initial step, that hand's going to be behind. Okay, so my right leg moves, my right hand's going to be behind. And then I step out and clear, so my left hand stays in front as I go to that cat stance. Does that make sense? Okay.
Whatever leg's going to be in front, that same arm needs to be in front.
That same arm needs to be in front, exactly. Okay? And so, for instance, kind of for this kata specifically, for the first move, my left hand is in front. For the second section here, my right hand is going to be in front. Okay? So left in front, then right in front. Okay? All right, let's get moving. So if you want to follow along with me, you can. If not, then you can practice on your own. So I'll be doing it forward and backwards, whichever way you want. I'll do both, so you guys can pay attention to that. Okay? So go ahead, start moving. So we're here for Funakoshi Wankan. We're here. So again, here making sure that I'm nice and rooted. Left hand is in front. Cat stance, reaching out. I'm making sure my wrists are straight, and I'm kind of pressing down. I'm pulling down with my elbows here. Okay? Left hand comes in front as I cross. Right hand is in front now, and then out here again. Pulling elbows down, making sure my wrists are straight. Coming up, knee comes up, kind of double uppercut shielded kind of thing. Stepping forward to the right leg, my left hand comes back, kind of covers. Left leg steps forward as I clear, and then stepping forward, punch. Double punch.
I'm seeing a lot of good things, guys.
Okay.
Griffin, that was good. Mike,
again,
Aditya, Rich.
Funakoshi Wankan. So we're here. Right leg, left hand in front. Cat stance. Again, wrist straight, elbows down. Other side, same thing. Here, out, wrist straight, elbows down. When I come up, be careful. Don't rise up and straighten your leg out. Make sure even though I'm bringing my leg up, I'm still loaded here.
So when you're done, Kai, you want your right leg in front.
Cover, clear, punch, punch, punch.
Step forward, one more punch, Kai. Yeah, there it is, Kai.
And so for those of you who are kind of off on your own or you feel pretty comfortable with this, the timing, or at least one of the many different timings that we have for this section here, those of you who know Patsai, the timing is a little similar. It's pretty similar to that. I think it might be
Different. Yeah, similar timing. It's got a stutter step. It's a little different footwork. But
yeah, the footwork is a little different, but the timing is about the same, I think. But anyways, it's going to look like this, where I'm here, I'm going to come up, boom, 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 punch, punch. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right, it's kind of the timing there, so you can play around with that. All right, so Funakoshi Wankan. We're here, a little smoother now. Slow, slow, slow. Again, really feel kind of heavy here, where you're kind of really pressing down. up, step cover, step clear, step punch, punch, punch. Okay? A couple more times here for the Goshen walk on. Boom, boom, step, press, up, step and cover, step and clear, step and punch, punch, punch. Okay? And one more time, kind of with some talking, and then maybe we'll look at doing the next move or so. Stepping here, press, step, press, up, 1, 2, 3, punch, punch. Okay? One last time. Push your walk on. Okay? All right, go ahead and go through it a couple times on your own. We'll kind of watch, make sure everyone's got it. If you're still working on it.
The word for back stance, Philip, is kokutsudachi. Kokutsudachi.
Henrik and Marilyn, good technique, guys. Good job. Keep going.
How rude. It's not their fault.
I know it's not your fault, but I feel like I felt like it's good to
We
acknowledge.
want to acknowledge that Arthur, Marilyn, and Henrik, that you guys.
I'm sure you guys are working hard.
Actually, those three are hard workers.
Yeah.
They're not slackers.
So if you want to move on already here, so we'll go ahead and start here. So we just did this part here. Boom, up, here, here, punch, punch, punch. So it's facing away from you. We just did this part. So my right leg is forward, my right hand is out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my right foot to point to a 45-degree angle to my left. And I'm going to take my left foot and bring it towards my right into a cat stance. Okay? So that transition again, right foot adjusts, and then from there I kind of turn my hips and come into a cat stance. Okay, so that is that one really feels good for me. I like that transition a lot. So we're here, turn the foot, come in, and I'm going to bring my hands and I'm going to kind of squeeze them together this way. And so right now my right hand is behind my left hand. Oh, as I poke myself in the nose. Here.
Not part of the kata.
All right, not part of the kata. Don't poke yourself in the nose. Here, boom, just like that. All right. So same thing like Sensei was saying. My wrists are flexed. And the idea is I'm kind of using that thoracic hinge and bringing that in. I'm kind of really getting my elbows to come closer to each other, right? And the idea is that someone's trying to punch me, and I'm breaking their arm as they're kind of coming in. Boom, smash. Okay? So that's going to look like this. So as I'm here, I did that punch. That's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to come here. I adjust that foot. As I squeeze in, as I come in here, as I turn my hip, I'm going to do the same thing, bring my elbows together, and bring that here. Okay? And then from here, it's going to look a little bit like the section we just did, where I'm going to kind of, as I should be in a cat stance, I'm going to kind of shift to a front stance as I kind of cover, and then I'm going to clear and punch, punch, punch. Okay? So again, we're here. We just did that punch, punch, punch here towards the front. I adjust that right foot, my left leg squeezes in, collapse. Okay? I kind of shift forward into a front stance as I clear, and then step forward and punch, punch, punch. Okay? So that clear punch, punch is the exact same thing we just did from here. Boom, 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 boom. It's just the setup. The initial position was just a little bit different. Okay? So let's go through that 2 more times, and I'll let you guys kind of practice on your own. So we're here, punch, punch, adjust the right foot, left foot comes in, squeeze and collapse. Okay? From there, I shift forward as I clear, step forward, punch, punch, punch. Okay? Last time. Boom, boom, boom. Turn the foot, left foot squeezes in, collapse. Shift forward as I clear, step forward, punch, punch, punch. Okay? Bonus move. The other direction is the same thing. So I just turn my right foot, kind of like the first big turn that Peanut showed on. Instead of just turning all the way around going towards red wall, I'm going to just turn 180 and face the other direction. So as I'm here, I adjust that right foot. This left foot squeezes in. As I do the same thing other side. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So that part is mirror. Okay, so the same thing. Actually, it's not even mirrored. It's literally the same thing
Yeah.
on the other side. So you don't have to adjust anything. You just have to do that turn. Boom. Left leg should be forward. Left hand clears. Punch, punch, punch. Okay. So go ahead and take the next couple minutes and practice on your own, and then we'll move on, I guess.
Yeah, we'll put it farther than that on the kata today.
Yeah.
That's plenty. If you don't
You're
get
almost
that
done.
last part, we'll do it again.
On Monday, we'll start at the very first clear punch, 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 going straight forward. We'll kind of, I guess we'll start there.
Hey, you can always
just
go
to
on
kinda
Zoom. You can always
overlap.
go on YouTube. We're going to upload this
That's
thing
true. That's true.
over the weekend.
And Funakoshi Wonkan is online, actually.
Oh, do we have
I
it?
believe so.
Oh,
Because I remember Diego asked for it.
okay.
I'll have to double check that, but it might be online. I think it is.
Well, it's still online somewhere, but in our own YouTube channel, it might likely be there too.
I'm like 70% sure. Is anyone having trouble? Anyone having issues? If you guys have any questions at all, if you're like confused, if you're like, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, if you want us to just watch it, like in terms of timing or anything like that, feel free to wave at us aggressively so we know that you have something. For those of you who already know this kata, for this section here, for any of the sections where you're clearing or you're pressing and punching and doing those double punches, really feel that pressure that's happening when you're doing that. So for instance, when I'm here, don't just step forward and then kind of pole vault into that next move. Feel that pressure of it's almost like that pressure is kind of the best word that I can think of. Is as I'm clearing, I'm building up and I'm kind of loading up that back leg so I can move forward and get a lot of power into that next move. So try to move away from just having this kind of be this physical motion and get a little bit more dynamic with that movement. Because that one's a fun one. It's a fun one.
That's it, Austin. Good job, Austin. Michael, just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I'm watching. I can only just see about your neck and neck up.
You're like this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. There you go. Now it's just like this, just the top of your
Joshua,
head.
you've been doing well, man. Stephanie, you've been doing well. I haven't not called people's names out, but I've been watching everybody.
Jonathan's got like 3 new katas.
Poor Jonathan's got. Well,
Oh, I think Jonathan already knew Funakoshi Wonkan, so never mind.
did you?
Yeah, I saw them do the fireball earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, the fireball of doom. No ki is up until this point. There's only one ki in this whole kata, and it's the last move. So if you're wondering about ki, because we always get that question, no ki so far. Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Take a minute.
Sure.
You want to do? Let's see if you want to spawn or not. Let's see what else we got here. But usually, what do we missed? What do we missed out on? Is that the game? All right, guys. All right, Yame, for a second. So I had alluded earlier to when I've taught this kata in the past, doing something a little bit different with the timing, and I want to spend a moment on that because it does give you a nice feeling. Since Lucas was talking about pressure release, elasticity, kind of this rubber band effect we talked about. It's just going to give you a nice flavor for a dynamic that I really want you to get. So if you would all
I'll see you, Austin.
put your right leg forward and then put your left hand, and get ready to put that left hand out. But instead of just putting your left hand out this way, I want you to do this. I'll kind of show you from the side view. Instead of like doing a palm heel strike, I'm going to bring it across my body to my other side, and then my hand's going to kind of make an arc. And as it does that arc, my hip goes the other way. Can I see that? Of course, my other hand goes back to the
Ditya, very good.
And so that feeling that hopefully you're developing right away without me even how to explain to you what you're feeling is an important feeling. That my hip goes one way, my upper body goes the other, and this is kind of like that, I'm drawing a bow, right? You can almost do this with both of your hands, like, yeah. So my right shoulder is going back, as my arm comes forward and my hip turns. And that, once I'm stretched out, I can release and throw that punch. And it should feel like you've then, by the very act of this motion, you've developed potential energy. You've loaded your technique. And then you just release, punch, punch, punch. Are you guys feeling that? Yeah? You can get a feeling and then keep trying to make that feeling more extreme. keep trying to turn up the volume, go farther, go deeper, go lower, turn the hip of that a little bit more, and keep trying to, don't make it painful, not too painful. It'll be maybe a little uncomfortable, not really uncomfortable, but just keep building that feeling. Of course, you do either side if you want. The kata only does one side, but this idea of this pressure that I've kind of wound up my hip one way, and then I release, right? Super important. But the reason I don't really teach it that way as much in the kata is it's not how you really want to fight, in the sense of, if I'm hitting at distance and I go like this, I don't have time in a fight to go like, oh, hold still, sir. And then punch, right? It's training. So what happens is that feeling has to happen when I'm stepping. That actually happens without a static stance. But that wound position happens while in motion. And it's hard to go across. I have a feeling it's hard to get across in Zoom. But use your imagination.
Think of it an hour.
Play with it. Feel it. But it's an important body dynamic. And, one of the things that really I enjoy about martial arts, as I'm sure you guys all have figured out by now, the study of good movement intrigues me. And I want to really get that across more than just how to fight, but how to move. So, and it will help, right? I mean, the power development is, good movement is good movement. All right, we got a few more minutes left. End of that rant. You guys want to spar for a minute just to get our last little, yeah? Okay, all right, well, I don't know if anybody wanted to or not, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, so we'll do a minute with me, a minute with Sensei Lucas, and then I've got to talk to you guys just for another couple minutes, and then we'll send you on your way. And can you send an email out to Ethan about...
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys, timer. Where is my timer? There it is. I'm going to try to not go ballistic and attacking you the whole time. I'm going to kind of try to keep it more where you have a target you can aim for too. I will attack though. Here we go. I don't know if the thing's going to go off as sound or not. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, that's loud. It's going to hurt. Whoosh. Good job, guys. Good job. Hopefully that pace, as I was thinking about as we're going, like, try to let whoever's on this side of the camera, one of us, be the leader, and so you're still reacting to us. If you're going to go into autopilot and just start throwing bombs at us the entire time, that's okay, but I guess much out of it. Oh no, I was talking. You're resting.
Let's go. Get moving. Stay relaxed. Well, I just got round kicked in the head by Aditya. I saw that out of the corner of my eye.
The bad thing like,
I
didn't see
We'll
that
attack,
coming, did you? It wasn't enough to have 30 people attacking you. How about 31?
Foot.
Foot to the face, boot to the head.
Try to get used to those tells of a big looping right, or maybe even a looping left. There you go.
Time! All right, good job, guys.
Nice job, everybody. I saw some good head movement anyways. So,
Yeah.
other than that, I couldn't really tell what was happening. But
Loosen up a little bit. Hope you guys got a bit of a workout today. In fact, that's one of the things I want to talk to you. Let's bow real quick.